Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. I've just pulled up outside Ollie's house, my brother. He only lives about 2 minutes from where I work, so it's my lunch hour, so I'm going to pop in and surprise him. He's supposed to be digging a new wildlife pond, so I thought I'd pop round and see how he's getting on. So let's go and have a look, shall we? Here he is.
Right.
You alright?
Yeah, you?
How are you getting on with it?
Yeah, well, it's in. Obviously, I'm going to go a little bit deeper because although I've filled in around the edges now, it comes out quite easily. So I'm going to go.
Yeah, it needs a few more inches. A few more inches deeper, doesn't it?
Yeah, it needs a few more inches in there. But yeah, the idea is obviously once it's settled, I'm going to go and get some bark this afternoon from the garden centre.
Yeah.
I'm going to build maybe a couple of planters for the back just to keep the soil away from the fence.
Yeah.
Because I think it's been replaced a couple of times now. So do a couple of wooden planters along the back there and line them just to neaten it up, and then bark all round here.
Okay.
Put some ferns in the shady area, which is to the right hand side there.
Are you going to put membrane down before you bark, or are you just going to let what comes out of the soil?
No, I'm going to let it be natural as possible, and probably just rebark once a year.
Yeah.
Well, there's not much that grows here anyway, to be honest, because it's semi-shade. You only get a little bit of sunlight here, really, and this has been like this for about a year, and nothing much has grown at all. Little bits of grass pop up now and again, but.
How are the roots? How are the roots when you were digging it out?
Horrific, absolutely horrific. There's the ivy tree here, which I think most of the roots came from the ivy tree. I don't think it was from the oak, because they would be really tough to get out. But yeah, they were a little bit annoying, but yeah, it is what it is. It's pretty much done now. So
Yeah.
in terms of the main digging, but yeah, it was a really cold day, and I was literally sweating. And then you get a cold back, don't you?
Cold sweats.
But it is what it is. That's the sort of thing you do in the winter, isn't it? Get the structure sorted,
Yeah.
and the things that you can't do in the summer.
Projects like these, you almost want them done ready for spring, don't you?
Yeah.
When the animals do start to breed, you'll have frog spawn in there from day dot, won't you? So
I'm really excited to see when the first, when we see the first frog or the first bit of frog spawn in there. I'm really excited to see when that happens. So yeah, it's exciting times.
yeah, you've had frog spawn in the other ones, haven't you?
Yeah, we've had frog spawn in the. Sorry, mate. We've had frog spawn in the fish pond, not in the little wildlife ones, but the fish pond every year. But obviously, the goldfish eat it. So we move a little bit out into the wildlife ones, and then you get the tadpoles in there. But this is specifically for frogs, newts.
Are you going to put a sign up?
What, frogs welcome? Potentially.
Frogs only.
Potentially.
It's a nice size for a wildlife pond as well, isn't it?
Obviously, it's deep in sections, so I'm going to raise it up I'm going to raise it up with some rocks and have some little wooden planks coming off the side. So obviously for hedgehogs and amphibians that don't like it to be deep,
Don't like falling in water.
Well, yeah, obviously hedgehogs don't want to go in there at all, but frogs and newts and stuff also benefit from having those ramps. So
Yeah, sounds good.
we're always having fun, isn't
Here's it.
So yeah, I think this time tomorrow it'll be looking a lot different again. So.
What about aquatic plants? Like, have you got plans for aquatic plants? Obviously, I spoke to you about. I've got a little water lily for you. That I can do,
you've got a lily. I'm going to get some pondweed in there. I'll submerge a few bits, and I'm going to speak to the garden centre this afternoon because I don't think it's the right time to put aquatic plants in a wildlife one. I think probably wait till springtime.
Okay.
But I'll speak to them today, see what they've got there. If they've got anything there and they say, yeah, that can go in now, sort of thing, then I will.
It's probably not necessarily a bad time to put them in. It's probably not a great time to sell them because they're dormant, so you can't see what they are anyway. So it's probably why they're.
But to keep it as clear as possible, because obviously I don't want it completely clear. It's a wildlife pond. But to keep it nice and fresh and as clear as possible, I know I'm going to need some oxygenated aquaplants.
Yeah, you don't want it just becoming a stagnant puddle, do you?
No, definitely not. And I want to see roughly what's going on in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to speak to the garden centre. I'm not massively experienced with this sort of stuff, which is why it's again learning on the job pretty much. So speak to them, see if there's anyone there that can give me advice. Get the lily from you. Definitely get some submersible pondweed, and then maybe put a couple of the baskets around the edges.
Yeah, good shout.
I think give it a few days because I'm going to have a go at it this afternoon, getting the bark done. Do my planters over the next couple of days, and then get the
Get the rock out.
get the rock around and some logs around it and bits like that.
Yeah.
I think it will start to look really good by the end of the week.
Yeah, I think your main objective now is getting that level with the ground. I think that's your most important step next.
Yeah.
I made that mistake a
What do
few
you
years
reckon?
back.
Level, as in completely level.
Well, you've got two choices. I think where somebody has probably put a waterfall or something in that section there, they've cut the lip out, haven't they?
Yeah,
So,
they have.
I mean, you can't fill the water right up anyway. You can see here if I go at this angle. So you could even cut level where they have already, and then you've still got this shallow trough
Yeah.
for other small wildlife and
Yeah,
insects and everything. So yeah, I would advise probably leveling that off to there. Get the cut level at ground level, and then you can overlap your rocks. And this is the mistake I made last time I did a wildlife pond in my jungle garden. Actually, I didn't quite do the pond deep enough, and where the water line sits, you can see the black liner.
Yeah.
So I would definitely recommend getting that completely level with the ground, and then when you do put the rock work over the edge, you can overhang the rocks,
Yeah.
and then the water level will meet the rock, and then it's completely so much better and a lot more natural.
Yeah.
That's one tip I'd give you in my experience.
Quite a bit more digging then.
Well, I think he's doing quite well considering that's a lot of soil he's had to move, and I know that the roots from the oak and the leylandii next to the pond gave him a bit of grief. So yeah, he's done well. A little bit more digging and we get that pond level with him, and then it will make the rock work and the water level sit so much nicer, and I think he'll be so much happier with it. So yeah, I'll give him a little bit of guidance. I'll probably help him with the next step, and yeah, we'll see how we go with it. But yeah, it's looking good.